Hello, it's coming up to the end of March and now is the perfect time to start planting your courgettes and your squashes and your pumpkins. So any of those cucurbits that you have, then now is a good time to plant them. I've got various ones here and they all need to be planted in exactly the same way. So I will just show you how to plant one of them and then just whatever you've got, just plant in exactly the same way. So the courgettes that I've got a variety called Grilla Mix, which I'm finishing up the packet from last year, which were really good. They have 3 different colours in them. I think that's what it was. These short, stocky, blocky courgettes have been bred especially for grilling, and yes, you get a light sort of green stripy one. There's a yellow one on there as well, and then there's a darker green. So it's 3 different colours. Really cool, and they are very tasty. Gold mine, which again are white and with sort of yellow stripes on. And I've got some pumpkins here. I've got Wicked and I've got Polar Bear. Now Polar Bear were the white ones, so I'm going to grow some of those. I've also got a mixture of pumpkin seeds here because I got various ones and I mixed them all up, and when I sell my pumpkin book, then I give them a little pack of seeds. I do the same with carrots and with sunflowers as well. So I might sow some of these as well. It just depends how many of the others I have. But as I say, whichever varieties you've got, and if you're growing spaghettis or if you're growing butternut squash or any of those those same ones that come under the same umbrella, they just need to be sown in exactly the same way. So let me show you how I sow mine. So I'm going to sow one seed or 2 seeds. I might put 2 seeds actually in one of these little square pots. I'm just going to fill the pot up with some multi-purpose compost, fill it overly, then give it a tap down and then give it a gentle pat down, and that way you will fill up any of the holes. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to sow, as I say, 2 per pot. Now you either put them, if you've got a square pot like this, you can either put them at the diagonals or you can put them north, south or west and east. Just don't put them together. Now seeds, pumpkin seeds, courgette seeds, squash seeds and any sort of spaghetti seeds, anything from that family, they're all very similar. They could vary in size. Some could be slightly smaller and some could be much larger. The Atlantic giant pumpkins will obviously be much larger. Now you know, if you've saved seeds from a previous pumpkin, say, or squash that you've grown, some of them are viable and some of them aren't. A viable one means that it will then grow next year, and the way to tell is to get hold of the seed and just give it a squeeze. If it feels really firm, then it's a viable seed. If it bends and it feels really soft, then it's not. So if it's not viable, then throw it away. Now you want to sow your seeds like that. You don't want to sow them flat like that. Now the reason for this is if you sow it flat like that, the water will come down and it will hit the seed and it will sit on top of the seed like this. And then it could, if you give it too much water, it could rot the seed. Whereas if you sow it like that, then there's less area for the water to collect. So I will do mine diagonally. If you're doing quite a lot of these, what I would suggest you do is to just pop the seed on top like that, and then like that. If you push it down and then you look away and then you come back, you might forget where you've put it. So if you just pop them on the top like that, I'm just going to put these ones away before I drop them. And then once you've got all your seeds where you want them to be, then just get hold of the seed between your thumb and your finger and then just gently push it down. You need to push it down about an inch, okay? And hopefully you can see, you might be able to see them in there. And then all I'm going to do is I will just fill up those 2 little holes there with a little bit more compost. Now I will put a label on that, and then I will do a few more, and when I have done all I want to do, then I will come back and show you. Right, well, I have sown the seeds. I've only done 2 of each variety. So I've sowed 2 Gorilla Mix. I've sown 2 Gold Mine. Sorry, I've got a chicken down here. Bert's decided to come in and have a wander. Yes, I know, darling, we can all hear you. I've sown 2 pumpkin, wicked pumpkins, and 2 polar bears. So all I'm going to do that now is I'm going to give those a water. Come here. Yes, look, everybody wants to see you. I'm going to give those a water, and then I will keep them in the greenhouse until most probably they'll go out end of May, beginning of June. So they should be nice and big by now. But as I say, whatever varieties of squashes, pumpkins, spaghettis, any of those cucurbits that you are growing, then just sow in exactly the same way. Well, I hope you give either some of those a go or you grow some yourself. They really are wonderful. I'm sure I've got some butternut squash somewhere. I do like butternut squash, but whether they're in the box, I've still got a lot of things to do. So I may well come across them. Well, I hope you found what I've shown you useful, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye. You're going to say goodbye to everyone. Say bye-bye. No? Okay, clearly not. Bye-bye.